गुड मॉर्निंग डैलस, गुड इवनिंग इंडिया बोलते हुए हमारे लोगों को फिर एक बार भारत अन्वेषण में वेलकम टू एक्सप्लोर इंडिया प्रोग्राम। टुडे इज 16th of July 2023। आपका होस्ट, आपका दोस्त आरजे दैट इज राजीव कुलकर्णी फिर एक बार आप सबको स्वागत करता हुआ भारत अन्वेषण में। आज भारत अन्वेषण में एक बहुत ही डिफरेंट टाइप का कार्यक्रम है और डिफरेंट टाइप का प्रोग्राम आप बोल सकते हैं, विच यू ऑलरेडी सीन ऑन द पोस्टर एज वेल एज ऑन आवर यूट्यूब लिंक। हम आज कुछ इमिग्रेशन के बारे में बात करेंगे, लेकिन वो कौन है इसके पीछे और वो कौन अटर्नीज है जो हमारे साथ आज जुड़े हुए हैं, उनके बारे में भी आपके थोड़ी देर में मैं इंट्रोड्यूस कराऊंगा। लेकिन हर इतवार को, हर संडे को हम लोग ये कार्यक्रम शुरू होने के पहले एक भगवान का डेफिनेटली याद करके शुरू करते हैं। चलिए भगवान का नाम याद करके ये कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं। नमस्कार।
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि। गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्म सदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्र परित्रात्रे गुरुपाखण्ड खण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गन्धमत्ताय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि।
नमस्कार सबके लिए, सबको भारत अन्वेषण कार्यक्रम में आपका दोस्त, आपका होस्ट राजीव कुलकर्णी फिर एक बार स्वागत करता हुआ। आज का दिन 16 जुलाई 2023, संडे का दिन, सवेरे 10:35 AM इन डैलस, और वैसे ही इंडिया में 9:05 PM हो रहा होगा। आप लोग आराम से बैठ के संडे के शाम का दिन इंडिया में बैठ के अभी ये कार्यक्रम देख रहे होंगे। वैसे ही डैलस में या तो ब्रेकफास्ट कर रहे होंगे या तो आप ब्रंच के साथ बैठे होंगे टू लिसन टू वन ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इमिग्रेशन रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस। आज का हमारा ये स्पेशल कार्यक्रम है विच इज़ बीइंग स्पॉन्सर्ड बाय गेहिलॉ एंड एसोसिएट्स फ्रॉम न्यूयॉर्क। लेकिन उनके बारे में थोड़ा बोलना बहुत ज़रूरी है। And the founder of this law firm is Mr. Naresh Gehi. Is a highly skilled immigration and trial attorney based. He's based out in New York, and his practice is focused on complex and innovative matters in the field of immigration law. As the founder and principal attorney of Gehilaw and Associates, the firm has successfully handled more than 15,000 cases, including those related to immigration law, personal injury law, family law. लेकिन आज हम लोग इमिग्रेशन के ऊपर फोकस कर रहे हैं, दैट टू एम्प्लॉयमेंट रिलेटेड इमिग्रेशन डिस्कशंस या इमिग्रेशन क्वेश्चंस बोल सकते हैं। ही इज रिकॉग्नाइज्ड एज द रिनाउंड फिगर इन द इमिग्रेशन लॉ, and he has been invited to join the Federal Litigation Committee of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. He has been named as the super lawyer, वैसे भी उनको कहा जाता है। He is one of the super lawyers of the US Law Association में, ग्रुप में मैं बोल सकता हूँ। He is top 5% में गिने जाते हैं। So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Naresh Gehi साहिब। नरेश जी नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग, हाउ आर यू सर?
Good morning. It's a pleasure being on the show. And Rajiv, we are going to do the show every Sunday. So we'll try to see if that's possible so people can benefit. I have some very wonderful people with me on the show. And of course, I cannot thank Sonu Lal, who's a very accomplished attorney from my firm. Let me introduce Sonu to you.
Yes.
Sonu is like my brother. And he heads the office in Dallas, Texas.
Excellent, excellent. Sonu sir, good morning and welcome to you.
Thank you for the kind words, Mr. Gehi and Raju.
As far as a little bit about my background, I also have Sabrina, who is one of my key players. She's always here and she works very closely with the firm. And my very special thanks to Rajiv Kulkarni and to Sandeep KS, who's actually kind of handling the technicals in this particular program. So, folks, let me just say what this is going to be all about. And number one, this is a platform. This is a platform for people to know Mr. Gehi. This is a platform to know about immigration rights in this country. Who I am, I'll just give a brief introduction. I've been more than 20 years, and I've been on the Ask the Experts panel of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. Currently, I serve on the full committee of AILA in New York, and I've been a speaker at AILA. And Sonu and I, we practice in connection with extremely complicated immigration matters. Now, those immigration matters can range from employment-based immigration, and Sonu handles our complete employment-based immigration matters, such as complicated H-1Bs. You're looking at corporate having problems. You're looking at audits. You're looking at 221Gs, which is a common problem. You're looking at EB2s, you're looking at EB3s, you're looking at EB1As, which we're going to talk about today, because a lot of people have been asking questions. And we're going to come up with novel options in immigration that not people might be knowing. And we're not going to talk about the ordinary. We are going to talk about the extraordinary. We're not going to talk about what you go on other platforms.
Yes.
Because there's a difference between our practice. We are courtroom lawyers. Lawyers, Rajiv, are people who just do the paperwork. Gehi appears in the courtroom. So when you're in the courtroom, you see it all. It can be an employment-based immigration matter. Now, Sonu and I are going to talk to you about a very simple example today. People have to know where. Generally, when an H-1B gets denied, the common practice in these cases is to file an appeal before the AO. We can even take it to federal court for you folks.
Wow.
That we have. And your L1A got denied, And we only handle very complicated cases. And of course,
Excellent.
H1Bs for companies and people who get stuck up in India when they're in those trouble situations, when your company gets audited, that's what we do over here. EB1As, you're looking at EB2s, you're looking at TN visas, you're looking at E1 visas, E2 visas, and above all, we also handle EB5 matters.
Excellent, excellent, Gehi sir. That's a very good introduction. And what the complexity Mr. Naresh told they can handle. I think the terminology he uses, definitely they're all related to the immigration law based terminologies, definitely. And the people who are watching, the people who are seeing this right now, the show, definitely if they are going through these processes, they will immediately catch. So both of you I have been getting a lot of questions being poured in. I don't know how we would like to get started. I think I will start with
I'll
some
tell you
important.
how we need to start. Right now, let's give some current news about what is happening in the world.
Yes,
of
please. I think that was the best thing to do. Yes, let's
and
go with
after
that.
Sonu is also going to go through the visa bulletin regularly, and
Yes.
from the visa bulletin, and we're going to make sure that we come up with some great ideas. And I'm so
Yes.
happy to bring Mattu with us, who's my kind of point person here. So number one thing is that let's talk about who I am, my phone numbers first, because people have been asking me.
Yes.
Our
Yes.
phone number is 718-263-5999. If Sandeep can even display it, that'd be fantastic. If there's a way. So let's display my name. Let's start with my name, Naresh and Gehi. The name of the firm is Gehi and Associates. Our website is gehilaw.com.
Gehilaw.com.
It's in Dallas, Texas. And we have 3 offices in New York and 1 in Mumbai, India. Now, Mumbai is very important for people who are stuck up over there or the relatives are stuck up. Sabrina Mattu is from the Mumbai office and she handles the Mumbai office over there. So if we have people consular issues, Sabrina Mattu works with Sonu very carefully, very closely. So therefore, we also started the India office there.
Excellent, excellent.
And so people can get a full 360-degree help.
Absolutely brilliant.
Sorry, this may be sounding like about an introduction because it's a first session. We have to give some introductions.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Sonu handles 221Gs, RFEs for big companies, complicated matters, converting from EB3 to EB2 in certain instances, national interest waivers. And these are some of the options, Rajiv, which are not kind of explored very much by a lot of people who are under the EB2 and EB3. But the sad news is right now under EB1A, it's gone back for India for 10 years. But mind you, for other countries, it's still pretty good. And Sonu will talk about the visa bulletin a bit. So as far as we are seeing the trend is that unfortunately, I think this is a short-term thing that India is getting backed up in August by 10 years under the EB1A. EB2 is already backed up. EB3 is backed up by around 15 years. So how many years is it now? 16 years? How many years?
10 years. It's to 2011, 2012. It's going on.
But Sonu, I would recommend people one thing, since this is the talk show, my recommendation is that a lot of people should continue doing the EB1As. And I'll tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why, Sonu. Sonu is a very accomplished lawyer and he's an attorney working with me. So Sonu, I'll tell you why. Because there's a saying, if you have to pick between 2 evils, it's still better to pick with the EB1A. Look at where India, where EB3 stands. And there's another better benefit under the EB1A. And I'll tell you why. Once if the I-140 is approved, the good news is you can continue to extend your H-1B. Therefore, I cannot emphasize the importance of EB1A. And people think that getting an EB1A is a Herculean task. The answer is no. Even we've had people, Sonu, who had master's degree from the US and they got some publications. They worked with us. They got their EB1A approved. But Sonu, I feel that very soon, again, EB1A will come back next year. What is your analysis on that?
Yes. So this is the end of the fiscal year, August bulletin. The date went down like 10 years. So in October, when the new bulletin comes, there are very high chance that dates will move forward a lot.
All right. So you're seeing that the dates are going to come back very soon. All right.
Yes,
Good.
within 2 to 3 months. Yeah, when the
In
new
2 to 3
fiscal year starts.
Exactly. So we would encourage people to start working on the EB1A. Now let's have a discussion why EB1A is important and the common misconceptions, the common conceptions that IT people have, especially IT people have about the EB1A. And I'm telling you that people are going to learn a lot from the show.
Sure,
Now,
sure.
Sonu, that you have someone who's graduated with a master's in information technology from the US. The first misconception amongst these people is, I cannot qualify for the EB1A. That is absolutely wrong. That is
Okay.
absolutely wrong. And the common misconception is, after my employer sponsors me for the H1B, then what I have to do? I have to go under the EB3. I have to go under the EB2. I have to beg my employer to do that. Other life will be miserable for me. Stop that, folks. That's why you have Mr. Gehi here. We think outside the box. What people need to do here is, if you have good lawyers working with you, the good news is, the fantastic news is, you do not even need a sponsor. Let me repeat. You do not need a sponsor under the EB1A program. You can
Wow.
sponsor for a green card. Rule number 1. Second thing is, when people look at the requirements, they feel that they have to be winners of Nobel Prize. That's one criteria. But there are many other low-hanging fruits which are easy to capture for IT people and get the green cards out. And a simple thing is, I know of this guy, and he was working for a Fortune 500. And he came to me, and he didn't have all the credentials. But he said, Mr. Gehi, I'm making a $225,000 salary. One of them said, I'm $45,000 salary. I said, you have a master's degree. You're doing a good salary. This is just the starting point. And if you're ready to work with me, for 7 or 8 months, you can apply for a green card on your own. You were surprised. And guess what? The person has been granted his approval of his 140, and very soon he's getting his green card. Others, he would have waited for 16 years to get his green card. So,
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Excellent. Excellent.
EB1A.
Sorry, you are addressing something to Sonu?
Yes.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Another misconception people have is that you have to have a PhD to qualify for EB1A. That's not true.
That is wrong. And also, can you talk a little bit more about outstanding professors and researchers, Sonu, a little bit? And also another thing which people forget, under the EB1A, you can be looking at the show in India. If you're highly qualified, you may be in Germany, you may be in France. And if you have the qualifications, you can get a direct green card. Let's talk about that, Sonu.
Wow.
Yeah. So EB1 is basically divided into 3 other categories: EB1A, EB1B, EB1C. So EB1B is for researchers and professors. Even though you are working anywhere in the world as a professor or a researcher, and you have progress in that field, you are still qualified for EB1B, which is not similar. It's similar to EB1A, but you still get your green card faster. So that's another benefit of
People
filing
know,
under EB1.
do they need a sponsor in this for EB1B or no? Some
No,
people
they don't need. They don't. They can self.
They don't need sponsors.
Going to make it. See, look, even for EB1B, if you're an outstanding professor or researcher, so you did, research, on AIDS, you've done research in connection with COVID, and you got well known, apply for a direct green card, folks. Or you're a cancer scientist, you're basically a skin scientist, apply for a direct green card under that. If you're an outstanding professor or a researcher, look, positives over here. And now let's talk about EB1C, Sonu.
EB1C is basically similar to L visa. You have to have working with a US affiliate outside US for at least 1 year in a managerial or an executive capacity. If you
That's
work for
what
that
you're talking
affiliate
about.
company outside for 1 year, yeah, then you can apply under EB1C.
So for example, let's say I have a company here in the US and I have a company in India. So I can have an employee working there for 1 year.
Yes,
That is
the only catch is
but
the employee should
he
be
has to be a
working in
manager.
a managerial or executive capacity.
Executive or a managerial capacity. Okay, understood.
Only
But
can
that's
also be a
still
skilled. Under L1B, can also be a skilled person, I believe.
Yeah, that's for L1B specialized knowledge thing. You get
Right.
L1B visa, but for EB1C you have to be have managerial
Okay.
executive capacity.
okay. Please
So
continue.
now, if someone is coming here on an L1B, he has to go through the regular labor certification process. So we tell people to avoid the L1B if you're eligible for an L1A. What would you talk about that? What do you think about that, Sonu?
So if someone is already here on L1B and they bypass the firm certification process,
That is not
yeah, so
possible.
in that case, yeah, they can
Only when
consider
that is-
EB1C.
Yes, they can
Okay.
consider, but at the end of the day, person has to be a manager. But that manager should have worked in the US or should have worked in a foreign country abroad. That's my question.
Should have worked in a foreign country for at least 1 year before coming to US. That's it.
So, folks, this is a
Okay.
very good clarification meeting for people. Since Sonu and I will be talking about the high end of immigration, we are not going to talk the basics of H1B, which everybody knows. We're going to
Yeah.
talk about what happens if your H1B gets denied. Now, Sonu, there's another thing wherein a lot of people have been getting in touch with me, and we have some options for people. I got laid off from my H1B. So the
Yeah.
good thing, what we do in our law firm, we create a plan for you. It takes around 2 weeks for Sonu and me to create a plan. And we provide you with advice in connection with the safe harbor. That's our internal way of talking about it. Well, safe harbor for us is to try to find a way for you to remain legal in this country, to make sure that you have room to breathe so you can look for another employer. So these are the things we've done for people, and they've been very helpful. Now,
So let me tell the viewers and the audience that for that you have to look at gehilaw.com or call them at 718-263-5999. That is 718-263-5999. There are series of questions are there among the audience, among the people who seek lot of immigration related issues. Let's have those questions answered, and let's take a quick break here and we'll come back in a few minutes.
भूला जिसे तुझको वो याद करता रहा, तू जीता रहा, तेरे लिए वो मरता रहा, तेरे दर्द की आहट सुनी तो आ गया सब छोड़ के तेरी राह में लेकर खुशी, वो है खड़ा हर मोड़ पे सब छोड़ के। भूला जिसे तुझको वो याद करता रहा। फिक्र में गुजरता रहा लम्हा दर लम्हा, तेरे साथ दुनिया थी वो रहा तन्हा का तन्हा। तेरी फिक्र में गुजरता रहा लम्हा दर लम्हा, तेरे साथ दुनिया थी वो रहा तन्हा का तन्हा। आंसू मिले देखा था जो पलकों को भी निचोड़ के, तेरी राह में लेकर खुशी वो है खड़ा हर मोड़ पे सब छोड़ के।
Beautiful song from the movie Airlift, and welcome back to Explore India या भारत अन्वेषण। अभी किसी ने अगर लॉग इन किया है तो उनको बता दूं, आज वी हैव ए स्पेशल episode on immigration questions, that too employment based, that too IT related employment based immigration question. We have with us Gehi and Associates के attorneys हैं हमारे साथ, और नरेश गेही साहब जो फाउंडर ऑफ द अटर्नी फर्म। दे हैव 3 offices in New York and 1 office in Dallas and 1 in Mumbai in India. So any immigration related questions definitely will be answered, can be answered, and you have every solution for any issues that you are facing on the immigration front. That you definitely log on to gehilaw.com या कॉल कर सकते हैं उनको 718-263-5999। यही सर, एक क्वेश्चन आया है कि भाई इंडिया में जो किसी को इमिग्रेशन के ज़रूरत पड़े, इश्यूज हैं, सो इज देयर एनी प्रोविजन? यू मेंशन दैट यू हैव एन ऑफिस इन मुंबई, सो दे कैन गेट इन टच विद।
So Sabrina Mattu works very actively. That's why we have people for the India office also when people are stuck. And the website for that is gehilawindia.com.
Gehilawindia.com. Okay.
That is for India. Excellent. And for the US it's gehilaw.com.
Okay, excellent. So दर्शकों को बताऊं कि there is a
people from Hyderabad who come over there. There are people from Bangalore, and generally people who are coming there are people who are stuck in India because of 221Gs, because of material misrepresentation, because of fraud, or because exactly the thing is that they want to, start a branch office in the US, and some of them are professors and researchers. So we want people from India also to join so they can learn about US immigration here.
Right.
That's the whole idea. We'll have this every week and we'll make sure that we take it to the next level.
Yes, absolutely. So एक क्वेश्चन आया है जो बोलते हैं कि भाई, is there a second draw of H1s in the current year?
I don't think that's going to happen. There's too much talk, but this is my personal, and all these things are kind of let's wait and watch, because I've given up on those things. Unless everyone gets excited. Biden came in right now. He has to be in discussions with Modi. But end of the day, you all have to also understand one thing. Ultimately, it's up to the Congress of the United States to act and to, and that reality is, Rajiv, is that the plight of India right now. I mean, correct. Understand that green card is going to take generations. You may wind up becoming a grandmother by the time you get your green card.
That is right.
So
that is right.
Congress needs to understand that. And this young man may wind up being a grandfather by the time he gets his green card. So it's time that exactly Congress should be acting, especially for India. But there's some good news for other countries, because you'll have viewers from Pakistan, you'll have people from other countries. For them, luckily, the quota has not been exhausted. So they're decent. But the people who are really having a problem. Number one is India. Second is China. China is also getting backlogged. So end of the day, for India and China. Now let's look at some options for people, what they can do. Number one is, what they can do is consider, like a lot of them are financially well off and they've decided to America. So some clients, they said, you know what, I'm done with this BS and I don't want to go through this entire kind of craziness. And my family is off. What Sonu does for us is very important. He does the EB5 visas for them, investor visas. And what these guys are doing, they're doing it very intelligently. They're buying businesses up over here because it's not that difficult. You have to employ 10 people. You can even buy a gas station with a Dunkin' Donut. How difficult is it? With a 24/7. You make money, invest the money there, get the $1 million from India, you're good to go. How difficult is this? And that's what we help people to find different avenues through which they can qualify for their green cards. Now, this is one how you can do it. Second thing is that I know of an ID guy, and he was very politically active in his home country. And he came over here, and he had threats from the opposition. Consider political asylum, folks. Consider that. There's another ID guy who was a gay. Consider asylum as a backup, because if your family accept you because you're a member of the same sex, and if you think it's against your religious background and everything, and if you're a member of the scheduled caste, consider asylum, folks. Generally, you have to apply for asylum in 1 year. So that's what I said. We are going to discover different ways. And there are some ID guys who are very intelligent, and they say, Mr. Gehi, I'm looking for a shortcut. I'm done with my employer. And some of them, let's take an example, don't get selected for the H-1B quota. Now, let's talk about those people here. Do you know that people get disheartened when they don't get selected for the H-1B quota?
Right.
They press, they do everything. So, no, that's a fantastic banner at the back. Great job. So, he was an attorney, again, for people who don't know, he's one of our senior attorneys in the firm. And he is in charge of our office in Dallas, Texas. And the number right now is 718-263-5999. So now when they don't get selected for the quota, what they can do? Consider the O, folks. I told you, you learn a lot here. And for the O, we can work with you. We can see how intelligent you are, whether your credentials can kind of basically, you can work on them to get it to the next level.
Right.
And if credentials to the next level, O is not an impossibility. See, what we bring to the table are things which are outside the box.
Right.
Consults us. Some of the top companies in America, they consult us.
Yes.
And they want the key people to stay in the company. And, there's a saying in English, you pay for what you get.
What you get, correct. So that brings me another question that has been sent by another company. Can we use EB1 category to get the green card for all employees in our company?
Yes, you can, provided they have the qualifications.
Okay.
Provided they have the qualifications. That's what we do. We analyze every resume in intricate detail. We pick the Sonu and I do the screening together. Then we say there's work needed, and we have novel ways to make sure that these people get through it. And those people should be contacting Sonu. Sonu, I'd love to have and if anyone wants to meet us, it's very easy. We do a lot of Zoom with people.
Zoom call, yes.
Recently, actually, I want to surprise you, Rajiv, what I did. I filed for an EB1A, and I want you to believe this. For a Grammy Award winner from Brazil, and the person got approved even before the receipt notice. People will wonder how that's possible. After you file it, you get the tracking number. We've seen it, the case was approved even before the receipt number. Within 7 days.
Wow.
7 days we did that. So it all depends on how you package yourself. And if you're an IT company and if you want to grow, we work with IT companies, I'm very good at setting up branch offices in India also. Now, how does that happen? Our India office comes into play. We can set that up in India for you. You can make sure that you have the cream of the crop coming. Now, see how important that is. Now, there's this great IT company here. Now they're struggling. They were unable to get the guys on H1B. Now, what they need to do, they need to start the offices in India. India office can do that, help you out with the entire setup. You set up that office, have your key people come there. They come in on an L1A. No need to wait for the H1B because L1A.
H1B, yeah.
Am I correct, Sonu?
Yes.
See, novel ways of finding solutions is what we offer.
So, Sonu sir, as Mr. Naresh Ji mentioned that you are a very highly accomplished attorney in the field of immigration, and you are based in Dallas and in Dallas office. So, can you just tell some activities about your Dallas activity?
Let me first explain a little bit what Sonu will be doing at the Dallas office.
Please do, sir. Please do.
We have set up a corporate department in Dallas.
Okay.
The associates were known as the firm that handles deportations or handles very complicated cases. But a lot of companies came to us because they know my skill. And, for people who want to know a little bit about me, the labor certification that you see on the immigration side, even Sonu will tell you, was done by Gehi. You remember Vaishali, I told you that? Sonu?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that was done by Gehi and Associates. So,
okay.
Yeah, so, we've done stuff and everything here. But end of the day, what I'm trying to say here, something that's very important for people is to let them know if you're an IT company, or if you're working for an IT company, get in touch with Sonu. He's heading our corporate employment-based immigration department. Now, Sonu, there's something else I want to give to people, which not many people know. There's something in immigration which is known as the doctrine of cross-chargeability. Now, look at it, how this works. Now, you are an Indian national. You're born in India, to be more precise with. But you got married to someone from Bangladesh, or someone from Poland, or someone from another country. The beauty is they can utilize the doctrine of cross-chargeability because there is the categories are very much current, and even through that you can qualify for a green card.
Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. So
I recently filed a similar case where the husband is Indian national, wife was also Indian national, but only thing is she was born in Nepal.
Yes.
The passport mentioned she was born in Nepal. I filed. The I-140 was under EB2 10-year backlog, but I filed I-140 plus I-485, which is a green card, and then they're going to get the green card just because the wife was born not in India.
Was born. Now, even if you're born in Saudi Arabia, excellent. You're born in Dubai, excellent.
Anyway.
Endless possibility. And I told you that this is what we do. And if there's any question, you'll need to speak to attorney Sonu Lal. If it's employment based, ask for Sonu Lal. And Sabrine, just make sure that your reception department knows and have an introduction with Sonu Lal, please. Sabrine. Okay, so she'll make sure. Yeah, so she'll make the introductions.
Sure, absolutely.
If there's deportations, Gehi and Associates handle that. We are requesting, and very soon, Sonu, we are going to have a launch party for everyone, like the IT companies in Texas, and we'll be inviting a lot of people to come over. And Rajiv, we want you to be present in Dallas, and just for launch for IT companies will be publicized.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Now, a few other important things which I want to say is, the most common thing which I get from people is, Mr. Gehi, I have the situation that I just lost my job.
That was my next question. Yes.
So now, first thing is, don't get in touch with Sonu. Sonu, I'll formulate the strategy for them. And we'll plan it in such a way that if the candidate is ready to work hard, he should start thinking about his green card, because this candidate understood that it is time for them not to take the regular EB2 and EB3 approach and start thinking outside the box. Because the problem is how these people, wonderful people on H1Bs, these wonderful people don't even have a backup plan. And some, they rely too much on the employers, and most employers are good, but there are some employers who take advantage of them.
Right.
So we want to make sure that it's a win-win for good companies And also at the same time, like this wonderful man who said, let me get an EB1A. What a great thought by this great gentleman. So the thing is that we want to protect the vulnerable too. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we protect companies too. And also, one of the things, Sonu, which I've seen that companies don't do, and they get into trouble. And generally, they come to me when exactly they're in big trouble. They get audited, and half of the lawyers, they don't know how to deal with the auditor.
Mm.
That
So this,
is a talent by itself. You have to
Right.
know when wrong, whether the penalty is appropriate or no, and you have to fight them sometimes. Fight them in the
Right.
court, get all the way to federal court when you are right and the office is wrong.
correct.
Sonu wants to say something about this. Employer audits, Sonu.
Yes. And then their employees don't realize there are heavy penalties if you're not compliant with all the immigration regulation.
And
Okay.
Rajiv, which I've seen is that it's so sad that I was discussing this with Sonu the other day. Now, some of these companies, they just want to pay, like we are very reasonably priced. Let me make that clear.
Sure.
They want to get stuff done for so cheap. And later on, some of them came to us after they were audited. You know what I found? 1,000 errors. The compliance pathetic. Because you know what the lawyer did? He just filed and the employer was happy. H1B approved, H1B. But the day the employer got audited, you know what he told the guy? Why didn't you tell me the compliance requirements? So you know what the person said? So you pay me so little, and you expect me to do this. But it's better for a lawyer not to take up the job. And I'll tell you why. Because that is against his ethical obligations also.
Ethical, yes.
But a good lawyer will make sure that he does compliance at the same time while he's working with you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because every month we tell them, sir, you like it or no, we would like to do your ethical compliance. Very
So
good at that. We do ethical compliance for companies. We make sure
absolutely.
Because if your gross is $25 million, do you want to get a $3 million on your company?
Exactly.
Or do you want to save $500?
Right. No, it's a important thing for people to know that you approach the right attorneys for your immigration issues, because immigration, even if you do little mistake, thoda sa bhi galti ho jata hai, then the whole application gets rejected, and then you can be definitely flagged. So for that, Gehilaw.com definitely is the answer, or you can also call them at 718-263-5999. एक और क्वेश्चन था कि भाई अभी जो recent days, the H1B people who lost their jobs, and there has been some talks that there can the grace period will be extended. And what do you say about that?
I told you I have this famous saying of mine: until it's not done, don't believe anything.
Okay. It's just a rumor.
Because I remember someone telling me, I just heard that the H1B quota is going to be getting back to 185,000 visas. When it comes, I will see it. But plan for your today. Expect a better tomorrow, but work with what you have. Rajiv, I've been for too long, and I tell people proof is in the pudding and talk is cheap. Talk may happen in Congress all the time, or talk may happen in the executive department all the time in USCIS, but unless and until a policy is not introduced, I don't believe anything anymore. Absolutely true.
I totally understand. So, Joe, then there is definitely a lot of people do research on, online वगैरह, but then there is definitely some startup companies are there. So how they can they are still trying to understand EB5, what is EB5, what other visas types of, are available for investors, how long it takes to get an EB5 approved, how to identify EB5 opportunities, can the funding be done over time, or it has to be all at one time?
See, all these things are complicated matters. It's a very subjective issue.
Definitely.
And have been retaining us. People on H1Bs have been coming to Sonu. Then let's start the EB5 process. We make the plan for you. Easy thing to do is they can even email Sonu at sonu@gehilaw.com. Simple as that.
Sonu@gehilaw.com. Okay.
Am I correct?
So
Sonu?
all the EB5 categories,
any category,
questions.
anything. If you have any questions, email it to sonu@gehilaw.com, and you can put it up on screen. So Sonu at Gehilaw.com should be getting questions. And,
Sure.
answering all those questions. And we provide a free personal consultation and a free Zoom consultation. It's a limited time offer. So they should take advantage
Definitely.
of it. 263-5999. And the best thing is that we handle immigration cases from all over the United States and the world. We also handle family-based immigration, wherein you're sponsoring members, your mother, your brother. Our next show is going to be about family-based immigration.
Let's talk about it. Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's going to be about basically political asylums. Then it's going to be people who are illegal in this country, undocumented. What options do they have? We
Okay.
have planned so people can come in, they can join us. And I would request people to like the show, share this video, to make sure that we share the knowledge and we all grow together. And Rajiv,
Absolutely.
do you want to do the show next Sunday? Are you okay with it?
I will come back to you offline on that. I'll come back to you
All
offline
right.
on that.
So we can
Yeah.
talk about that, and we'll talk
Yes.
further about that. And we'll make sure that we audience and
Yeah.
we take it further from there. So
Absolutely
folks,
true.
I think we've had a great session, and we want to leave some good news, for the coming week. So before I leave, let's make it easy. Firstly, a big thank you to Rajiv Kulkarni, Sandeep, Sabrina Matu, and of course to Sonu Lal for hosting these shows, because
Thank you,
above
sir.
all, it helps the community.
Yes,
News is the only way to grow, and listening to good news is the best way to grow in life.
absolutely true. And that is the whole purpose of
Idea,
Bharat
yes.
Anveshan. Yes, yes.
And
Absolutely.
other than that, doesn't matter where you come from, who you are. You're from India, you're from China, you're from Nepal, you're from Pakistan, you're from anywhere. You're always welcome to join us. We'll make sure that you're more than welcome. Your issues are answered, and we'll take it from there. So to reach us, folks, the easy way out, the golden number is 718-263-5999. And if you want to visit Dallas office, Sonu Lal is amazing. And you can be reaching me at sonu@gehilaw.com. And if you're in New York or if you're anywhere else in the US, our office from New York handles immigration cases from all over the US and the world. And don't forget, next time, we're going to have one person from our Bombay office also to make sure that they are present, so that you're also going to see what's happening with consulates, what we can do there, if your relative is stuck up over there, or if anything bad has happened, like a student visa holder is stuck up, how they can kind of basically navigate the immigration system of the United States of America. And thank you, folks. Once again, 718-263-5999 is our phone number. And we have 3 offices in New York, in Jackson Heights, where people visit from all over the United States. They fly to come down to see me. Corporate people come in a lot, CEOs of companies actually have private meetings with me. Sometimes I fly down, to especially when there are problems with mergers, acquisitions. I serve as a general counsel to
Definitely, yes.
over here. And when they're doing something big, really big, I get involved. And of course, I have been recognized as a super lawyer 2023 by, of course, the highest authority, was one of the top authority, which is Thomson Reuters. Can't go wrong. And I'm on the experts panel. I've been on the experts panel of AILA. I'm a speaker at the American Immigration Lawyers Association. I've written books on immigration. But where we come in is when most other lawyers tell you no, Gehi and Associates may tell you a yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We take it all the way to court, and we take it further. So if it's an EB-1A, if it's an investor's visas, and if you're a corporate planning on changing your lawyer, want to conduct audits, want to think about the O1, want to think about the L1A, E1 visa, E2 for countries which are not in India, like Pakistan, Bangladesh, or other countries, which are part of the E2 visa program.
Yes.
They should contact us, and we do it all, right from J visas also. And I think Sonu is an expert with the Conrad program, I would say. He can talk about the Conrad program, he can talk about J visa waivers, etc. So anything under the sun that touches US immigration, we may be able to help you. So
Good luck. Good. Well said. Well said.
718-263-5999. And we'll be back again, with Rajiv on the next show.
With the next session, yes. So thank you
Before I
again.
leave, I'm sorry,
Yes, sir.
before I leave, the instant program is general in nature and does not apply to any specific facts or circumstances. Neither the host nor Gehi and Associates holds any responsibility for any individual action that is taken on behalf of our advice unless and until an attorney-client agreement is entered into between the firm. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, and this is an attorney advertisement under the laws of the state of New York.
Excellent. That's a fantastic statement which is needed. So दर्शकों को बताऊं, भारत अन्वेषण का यही उद्देश्य रहता है कि भाई कम्युनिटी के लिए कुछ ना कुछ नए इन्फॉर्मेशन लेके आए और आपके साथ शेयर करें. तो आज हमने आपको गेही एंड एसोसिएट्स लॉ फर्म के साथ आपका मुलाकात कराई एंड एनी इमिग्रेशन इश्यूज, जैसे नरेश गेही साहब ने बताया, एनी इमिग्रेशन इश्यूज, it doesn't matter what type of immigration issues, definitely they are the answer. To understand, to know more about them, definitely visit करिए gehilaw.com and definitely Sonu at gehilaw.com. अगर Dallas में अगर आपको कोई भी employment based questions है तो he is definitely an answer. और कॉल कर सकते हैं 718-263-5999. इंडिया में जो अगर आपको कांटेक्ट करना है, they also have
Gehilawindia.com and the
Gehilaw.India.com. Okay.
And that is the office is located in BKC in Bandra, very close to the consulate, right there. You can website, the address is right there, and that's
yes.
And Sonu, where is your address right now? Can you tell people about your Dallas location? New York is Jackson Heights, Ozone Park, Jamaica, New York. A lot of people come in to see us from New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Texas, everywhere. So that doesn't matter. And we can also do a Zoom with you if you're a corporate.
Sure.
We also do Google Meet and we arrange everything. All you need to do is to make a call. Now, Sonu, about your address in Dallas, Texas, can you tell us? Because you're heading that.
Our Dallas office is located in Flower Mound, Texas, which is like in the heart of Dallas. It's like 10 miles from DFW Airport and 10 to 15 miles from the downtown Dallas area. So it's a very easy commute for any part of Dallas suburbs.
Yes, Flower Mound, Texas is very, very well-known place in and around DFW area. And
it's in Flower Mound, and if someone wants to visit our Flower Mound address, I think we have some dates available for the for Thursday, Friday, or the coming week. So, but in the meanwhile, we can do Zooms, we can do everything, and we can take it further from there.
Absolutely true. So, अगला session के लिए definitely you will be getting a notification from Bharat Anveshan YouTube link and keep watching Bharat Anveshan. हम लोग फिर आएंगे और immigration questions लेके और immigration answers लेके आपके साथ. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, Gehi sir, Mr. Sonu, and also Sabrina. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
Sandeep,
Bye now.
Sabrina, Sonu, Rajiv, a big thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
चलते चलते मेरे ये गीत याद रखना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना. चलते चलते मेरे ये गीत याद रखना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना. बस यूं ही तुम गुनगुनाते रहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना. करते करते हम तुम कहीं खो जाएंगे इन्हीं बहारों के आंचल में थक के सो जाएंगे। प्यार करते करते हम तुम कहीं खो जाएंगे इन्हीं बहारों के आंचल में थक के सो जाएंगे। सपनों को फिर भी तुम यूं ही सजाते रहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना। चलते चलते मेरे ये गीत याद रखना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना। बीच राह में दिलबर बिछड़ जाए कहीं हम अगर और सुनी सी लगे तुम्हें जीवन की ये डगर। बीच राह में दिलबर बिछड़ जाए कहीं हम अगर और सुनी सी लगे तुम्हें जीवन की ये डगर। हम बुलाते रहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना। चलते चलते मेरे ये गीत याद रखना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना। रोते हंसते बस यूं गुनगुनाते रहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना।